Aberration is a map that is highly rated by the community as being the best Ark map. Now, while I personally disagree with the sentiment, am going to be beating the map within 100 days. That's right, it's not going to be fully 100 days, the thumbnail and title lied to you, but it'll be within 100 days. So this one's going to be a little shorter, not as short as Crystal Isles, but I can definitely get this out in time by Christmas. Now another important note, on day 64, I think, I got a new computer, so quality will suddenly jump there. So if I say day 64, if you're not watching the video and just listening to it, you can look at it and actually tolerate the gameplay. So now, without further ado, I've been dragging this on for a little while, so let's get right into day 1. Alright, I started day 1 by importing my character, and feast your eyes upon my laggy screen. Even I don't tolerate this now. That's how bad it is. Alright, like, gee, how did I live with the screen like this? Yeah, I've got 900 hours in the game with that screen. I don't know how you did the lag. But, like, I've got, like, 20 hours on my new computer already. Been on the grind. Alright, me spawning on the edge might seem a little strange, so I gotta do some explaining. So, this video was originally meant to be 100 days in the Aberration blue zone. Like, no green zone unless I need to get the artifact or, like, an alpha basilisk. And, whenever I went into the blue zone, my gamer crashed because of nameless, which will definitely cause a lot of issues later. You'll see. Alright, I tamed up a bulb dog and named him Survival. That's how into this I was going. That bulb dog was my entire source of life until I realized I couldn't go into the blue zone. I then tamed an iguanodon with a slingshot. You don't see that a lot. I named him Hergs. I also made a mistake that I should have learned my lesson from on Extinction. Don't mess with the bears. My iguanodon got bodied and I got chased to the ends of the world by this thing. You could say he put me in a pretty dire situation. My iguanodon almost died. Deciding I needed a copious amount of protection in this early game, I tamed a level 6 stego. By halfway through day 2, I thought, oh, this should be a great time to make a slow descent into the blue zone. I went down, oh hey look, I'm in the luminous marshlands. That's part of the blue zone, and oh, wait, my game crashed! Hey look, back to the marshland and another crash. So I gave up and traveled the country. I eventually landed in this flat area with a rock nearby. And got slaughtered trying to tame a 180 tech raptor. Spawned back in, died again, and eventually tamed it. I named it Shrapnel. Did I forget to mention that I built a thatch foundation? Oh yeah, I named my stego Wojak because at the time I was watching BoJack Horseman, and Wojak kind of sounds like it. That's the actual reason. Day 3 in the base is coming along a little better now. Now, we're like halfway through day 3, and I knocked out a level 60 Ravager. I also kind of wanted some stone, so I knocked out a Doedicurus. I named my Ravager Grambles, and on day 4, I went on an expedition for resources with them. Then Grambles got instantly ripped in half, and I got thrown off a cliff by a pack of raptors. So I went back on my raptor to go get my stuff back. Alright, hope you enjoyed that Metal Gear Rising song. I got my stuff back now, so the intense music stops for a little while. Day 5 and a 156 Ravager is being tamed. I repeat, a 156 Ravager is being tamed. When he tamed, I named him Marbly. Later that day, I gathered some bee honey because I wanted to get a rat. I got the rat soon after, and his name is Robley. And now I have the new lifetime savings goal of a rat saddle. Seriously, these things are so expensive. It's a lot of metal. While gathering the metal, I explored the upper ledges, which were the best I had for metal at the time. I've started to experiment with ziplines now. Morning of day 7, the light was a little weird, but I got a 168 Ravager tamed. I named the Ravager Branley. I also achieved my savings goal and got that rat saddle. The Ravagers produced an offspring, I named him Gambly. Day 8, and I want to get a catapult turret for a crab. Day 9, and more base work is getting done. I'm getting more walls up. Day 10, I went into the blue zone to tame an Anki. And I finally made a drive on this day. I named the Anki Whack because all he does is whack metal rocks. And even just a small amount of metal from the blue zone was so much more than what I was getting back in the green zone. Then apparently that bear found Hergs because it slaughtered him. It ripped him in twain, gave him the samurai spleen, split him in half, left no more than a pile of rotting meat. Anyways, I started making the stuff for a crab trap, so now I think the appropriate time for a montage is now.
Should have been 1, 2, 3, but recently something has happened to me. Everything always came easily, but today I woke up and felt nothing. Could I be finally finding out that there's absolutely nothing worth shouting about? Faced with the choice of just losing my voice, I'd rather shut up and say nothing. On the outside, we have to stick together. On the downside, you just get in the way. I see grey skies, and I feel a little better. I see grey skies ahead, and it's fine by me. Oh, all the right people seem squeaky clean. Well, all the right people mean nothing to me. Cheating and creeping just to stay on track. They'll offer one hand, they put a knife in your back. You notice that something is terribly wrong when they offer the world, then they turn and they're gone. They knew from the start you could never belong. You came from the outside, you'll stay on the outside.
Alright, so to recap, I tried to tame a crab, failed. I got stuff for a cannon to hopefully tame a crab, tamed a low-level Spino, and then tamed a 168 Spino, and that's where I am now from day 12 to 17. A lot of grinding in the blue zone happened as well. I have a charge button on that saved me from it crashes. Alright, so now day 18, I have a cannon, a harpoon launcher, and some nets. I think you might be able to see my plan with the crab, if you know anything about Ark. If you don't, cannons, if they shoot a crab perfectly, can knock it out instantly, and then nets can pin stuff down. It can net them down and hold them still. Harpoon launchers launch nets. So I netted the crab down, tried to place a cannon directly in front of it, and aim it down a little, except it didn't work. I hit the crab wrong, I was out of cannonballs now, my cannon was stuck vulnerable right there, and I had failed crab taming, and would proceed to never tame a crab again. Day 19, I got a few green gems, and by a few I mean a lot of green gems. Oh yeah, I'm also really close to being able to make a few hazard sets, because I'm trying to get a rock drake as early as possible. That's what the 168 Spino was for. I need another Spino soon to start an army of Spinos to bring down into that godforsaken cave to get myself a rock drake from the endless trenches of the Grave of the Lost. That sounds a lot more epic in retrospect. So I gathered everything that I needed, blue gems, and only blue gems, because I got everything else. I grinded for everything else. So I crafted 3 hazard sets. That's right, 3 of them. I want to make sure I am fully prepared as much as I possibly can be for the rock drakes. It's a very deadly location, but one of the best creatures in the game. Day 20, I collected silica pearls to make electronics for an egg incubator because I was breeding my Spinos. So I realized, why wait to get a good Spino from an egg and maybe spend a few attempts on it when I could just tame a high-level male nearby? So that's exactly what I did leading into day 21. By high level, it wasn't very high level. I was desperate. The levels on Aberration are terrible. Alright, if you want, like, rock drakes and good levels, just go to Fjorder, which I'm doing next, by the way. I hope to get it out by spring break. So, my Spinos, Splindo and Narmita, had a mating session that hopefully will produce me a powerful offspring that I could use in the fury of combat against the endless tomb and trench, rock drake trench. Yeah, that's what I was going for. I also leveled up my Spino Narmita because it was the strongest creature I had at the moment. Strong enough to kill a level 12 Alpha Carcanos, which had caused me so much pain in like the past 12 hours. It's actually crazy. This thing was hard camping the river where I needed to tame stuff. It was terrible. I finally got rid of it, and I'm so glad. Then I finally got the right amount of electronics for that egg incubator. The eggs are a 183 and a 197. It's okay. Day 22, I hatched and raised the Spinos. He may be cute now, but one day this thing will grow into a ruthless killing machine that will help me greatly in my conquest for a rock drake egg. Oh, they grow up so fast. No, seriously, this is 30 minutes later. I've been feeding this thing sterile growing steroids. Please, alright, he is growing at an unnaturally fast rate. He has been genetically infused with hyperbolic steroids that will make him grow faster. And the Spinos have been not disappointing with their levels. I have 2 more now, and they're okay. Pfft, just kidding. Look at this health. 1,600 on a Spino that is level 197. Completely unacceptable at that level. Alright, how am I supposed to turn that thing into something that'll survive down in those depths? But then, that really low health, 197, died all of a sudden. Definitely not because I starved him to death. No, I would never. I starved him to death. My new breeding Spino is Markinustian, because he's high level, he's got good stats, and I can trust him. I'm still imprinting him and leveling him up. You know, never put a good Spino to waste, alright? I can just memorize the base stats. I forgot the base stats, but like, you know, I can just see how much points they have into health in the egg incubator anyway. It's not like it matters too much. Alright, welcome Nartlin to the Spino roster. That's a breeding Spino, which I'm still going to imprint and level up because never put a good Spino to waste, as I always say. Yeah. Hey look, 5 climbing picks and a glider suit. Wonder what I could possibly use those for. The Rock Drake Trench. Yeah, that's right, I'm going full in on this Rock Drake Trench. I'm going to make sure that I get that Rock Drake. I am making sure that I win. Around the end of day 23, I had finished leveling up Nartlin. So, if you couldn't tell, the next little while is just going to be me ping-ponging around, raising and leveling Spinos, crafting saddles, all that, which I still gotta narrate over because I want to make a video that actually has more length than Crystal Isles. Crystal Isles, way too short. Extinction, I like the length of Extinction. I don't care what some people say. Alright, 45 minutes is not optimal for me. Alright, I want to go like an hour. So Extinction, by far the longest video I've made. Crystal Isles, not the shortest. No, nowhere near the shortest. But I feel like it's too short for 100 days. There's a lot of footage there, and there's a lot of interesting stuff. And this one that I don't want to miss out on. So, yeah, this video length is getting dragged on. My Kinuastan is now leveled up. Alright, 25k health, rest into damage. He does a lot of damage and will do great for my goals in the Rock Drake Trench. Please welcome a new Spino to the roster, Blankian. Health is on the lower side, but I can tolerate it. And also, from that level, and the okay stats, that's another breeding Spino, because I want to get the army out of the way as fast as possible. And now Blankian is fully imprinted, and on our way to being fully raised. Hey look, another Spino egg, and here are the stats of my Spinos. Pretty mid when you look at their ratios. I could really use more health and more damage. We got 2 new ones, Harantia and Barakina. Day 26, and they grow up so fast. Because it's the Hyperbox steroids, I'm feeding them. But we have an all-time new record on a level. Look at this, 256, 33 points into health, 35 into damage. Pretty bad, but like, it could be a lot worse, just like the other ones. Later that day, and Blankian is leveled up. Day 27, and now Harantia is leveled up. And you know how the cycle goes. Oh, new egg from a Spino. Hatch, raise, level up, repeat until enough. But sometimes I go out of order. Now Barakina is leveled up, and I didn't even raise a new Spino. Oh yeah, Wojak died. I got revenge for him. Alright, Wojak was precious to me because, you know, I was watching BoJack Horseman, and Wojak sounded like Bojack, and BoJack Horseman is a great show. So I took personal offense to it. So we got some new members, Yarinto, Torvino, Mariano, and Narminta? No, I think I'm getting that wrong. I don't know. So, funny story, I forgot to record for like an entire hour to the end of day 28, so now, Yarinto's grown, he's getting leveled up. That's all that's really going on at the end of day 28. I think I was just raising the Spinos the entire day, so you're not missing out on much, at least. And another Alpha Carganos. This is the only Alpha you'll ever find in this map. Alright, Alpha Basilisks are a myth invented by the FDA to try and sell more Alpha Basilisk pills which make them exist. Alright, it's a lie. That's why I don't... I'm gonna stop you in conspiracy theories for a second. Oh, it wasn't Narmino, it was Narmino. My bad, Narmino. I forgot your name because I was looking at a pause screen and I was too lazy to look back and try to memorize it. So, Narmino, you're getting leveled up now. That's great for you. I really hope you do well across the... Yeah, I'm lying, but okay. Marineo is now being leveled up. He's doing well for himself. I thought it was Mariano, but no, it was Marineo. And in update 29, Warinuko is now being leveled up, which he's one of the last finals to be leveled up, so I'm almost ready. And Torvinto is the last one to be leveled up. Torvinto, I don't remember you at all, so you probably weren't important. Alright, you probably died. You were probably one of the finals that died. That's right, Warren. That's right, Torvinto. I can't even get your name right. That's how forgettable you are. I am forgetting you as I look at you, Torvinto. That's right, I hate you, Torvinto, and you're the worst. You're stupid. Day 30, and I'm really just waiting for the Spino's to heal. Don't know why I'm on Torvinto. He's disgustingly forgettable. That stupid Spino. I hate him. Torvinto, you are the worst. I hope that you actually died on the trip to the Grave of the Lost. But yeah, I'm ready for the rock drakes. It's just that I covered my Spino's to heal so they don't die instantly. End of day 30, I set up a tame ordering group so then I could order all of them, put on my full hazard set, got on Yarinto, because he was my highest level and my strongest Spino, and, well, time to set out for the rock drakes. Cue the music. It's a long and treacherous path to the Grave of the Lost. Few go in, and even fewer come out. Wait a minute. The crashes are back. Gee, I hope this doesn't cause any fully terrible problems on my way to My current solution is to fly out of there, tame another bulldog when I get out, and then hopefully I can maybe go back in reasonably bulldog, get my other bulldog back, and hopefully the shark will be recovered. That's my current game plan. Because at this point, I had figured out that Nameless crashed my game. It's not Blue Zone lag. The Nameless are too much for my PC to handle, so it crashed my game. In the middle of the bottom of the grave, my game crashed, so that's fun. Went back down on a level 1000 bulldog named Because the Nameless. Because the Nameless is the best bulldog known to man. Because he only exists because the Nameless, so that I can keep them off my hair until I figure out how to get rid of them permanently. To make this entire mess of a rock raid even messier, I checked. I can't find the footage of me taking the egg. No, like, seriously, I looked everywhere. I could not find the footage, which this is something I won't actually be unapologetic about. I am very sorry. I don't know what to say, because that's crazy. All of this crashing, I lost a lot of spinels along the way, only to realize I couldn't find the footage of the egg being stolen. Don't worry, I'll make it up in a way. I think. Well, day 33 and the rock drake egg is hatching. I don't know if I could ever consider this a legitimate rock drake egg. Like, I know for a fact that I stole it, I remember doing it. I climbed up on the climbing peg. It was kind of annoying having to check every egg. I stole the egg, I glowed down onto my Spino, and I fought a bunch of rock drakes, and then I think my Spino took like 7,000 damage around there, and then, you know, I escaped back up, which that was in the footage, but no, not stealing the egg, so I don't know how that got lost. I put that completely on myself. Rock drake hatched, I named him Glorb. The rest of day 33 was spent raising up Glorb, but on day 34 I went back into the red zone to try to recover a few of the Spinos that I lost, because most of them just got lost in the path. And because I needed red gems for a rock drake saddle, but that's besides the point. But also, on this very day that this was recorded, ASA came out, which, if you're wondering if I'm going to do anything on ASA, I couldn't run it on my old computer. Now I got this new one. ASA got refunded. I spent it on Portillo's, usual Illinoisian activities. But I will be sure to get ASA on Christmas. That's going to be my Christmas gift. Anyways, Glorb is now fully grown, and I'm going to take him back into the rock drake trench to get a better one after I level him up a little. So I'm going back down on like a stealth mission to get a high level rock drake egg. I found two of my Spinos go on like full Doom 64 down here, trapping themselves in with the rock drakes to ensure they could never get out. Okay, so after a little while of searching, I found a 198 egg, which, you know, that's a really good egg. And then I went on a massacre spree on the rock drakes in my Spino, and then crowd them up, and then made a pretty clean escape from my rock drake. Now, boom, it's incubating. What could possibly happen next? Could I maybe hatch the rock drake egg that I just hatched? Wait. Day 36, and I warmly welcome to you, Nimbly. That's the 198 rock drake, and Nimbly is like, I use him for a very long time. In fact, at the end of the playthrough, I don't know what happened to my footage here. It looks deep fried in my editor. I don't know if it's going to transfer over as deep fried in the export, but it looks deep fried as fuck right now. So it turns out all of the footage looks deep fried in my editor. Real shame, but you're going to have to deal with it, because day 37, I'm going over the surface and a 90% night cycle. Now, you may have noticed that up in like the top left, if you look a little past the day counter, there's like 10% day, 90% night. 90% day, 10% night, 50-50. That's like the cycles a day that it goes through, and 90% night, 10% day is optimal to go on the surface, because you can only go on the surface at night, if that makes sense. Okay, so it may be a little hard to tell because of the deep fried footage, but I'm taming a Paraceratherium because I can just sit on my rock drake and shoot it without having to take any damage myself, and my rock drake just tanks. So the Paraceratherium tamed, but there's something that happened. So I think it was day 39 with this. What happened was I was on the surface hunting for loot, and my game crashed on the surface. I logged back in, everything was on fire, so I deleted the save file and just went back to the previous one, but then that sent me back like 2.5 days, so yeah. So now that I can tell what level the Paraceratherium is, it's a 150, which, you know, good level. Especially a good level, odd. 5 times standards. Alright, because my thing is on intervals of 6. It has been since the Manic Armor incident on Extinction. Day 38, and I had to repair my hazard gear. So I'm getting tranks for megalosaurs, because megalos are something I want to use for Rockwell instead of Spinos. I was at the surface entrance for most of day 39, just waiting to go up, but you already know what happens. So, something really bad happened. I lost all the footage for day 39 to 44. It was more like 37 to 44, which I remember I spent a while recording it. I was like, oh yeah, and then I tried to save the file, then my editor froze. I was like, oh no. Here's the thing. The video recording software I was using, well, it wasn't OBS, because OBS was too laggy. It was a Google extension called Screen Recorder, which backfired on me majorly and didn't save any of that. So, we're starting off on day 34. Just kidding. Day 44. I fumbled on that one. I messed that up. My bad. So, the reason why this is so bad is because over that period of time, guess what I got? A Reaper. Alright, his name is Scrambly. Alright, I raised him. And I lost the footage of having him, which... First the egg footage, and now this. 6 whole hours of footage. And then... it just gets worse. I'm sorry. But it gets worse. Not but one Reaper. 2 Reapers. I got 2 Reapers in this time. That's not good. But on some bright side, I figured out how to remove the nameless, so I'm safe in areas like the blue zone and red zone from nameless now. Not the surface, they never go away on the surface. But what I'm doing in the blue zone is I'm looking to move there. Moving to the blue zone actually would go super well for me, because if I move to the blue zone, metal galore. I've been struggling on metal for the past while. I haven't been documenting any metal runs because metal runs, thing of the past. I've been living off of the scraps I get on the surface. As you can see, I already found the area, which means that footage is lost to time too. Oh my god. Yeah, the day 40s have almost all the footage lost, no demand. It's crazy. And again, I'm truly sorry for the footage that is lost. I can't do anything about it now. So, if you're asking me, oh, how do I know you didn't cheat the stuff in? Well, you don't, alright? You don't have to believe me. But if you do want to believe that I didn't cheat the stuff in, you'll just have to take my word on it. There's nothing else I can really say. Day 46, and the footage is also deep fried. Yeah, it's really not going good. I mostly just made smaller trips, transferring the rest of the stuff I had over to the new base. Anyways, I named the Reaper Nimbly, not realizing that my rock shoot was already named Nimbly. So, I changed the name. His name's now Gimbly, because I almost accidentally named him Gambly as well. Not realizing that, you know, Gambly, the Ravager, that hard-to-carry Marley game. But yeah, deep fried footage really hasn't occurred till this, so I frankly believe that Aberration is a curse map that makes sure you don't get an enjoyable recording experience. And then you wouldn't believe what happened again. Day 46 to 50 also cut out. Again, my thing didn't work. The editor just crashed on me. The video recorder, I don't know, it's like midnight for me, I'm tired, but I gotta get my grind set on and get this stuff done. But really, I hate how quickly I've been going through this footage, because I lost a grand total of like 10 hours of footage in the day 40s. I only have 2 hours of footage from the day 40s. That's how bad it is. So, some new stuff. I got a dung beetle with a very mature name. His name is Shitmaster69. We also got the fridge, the industrial grill, and I'm trying to get an industrial forge to make even more metal faster. Anyways, I knocked out a 120 male megalo, which that's the highest level I've seen in ages on day 51, so I can actually start beginning an army. So I needed a lot of cementing paste, and importantly, a lot of metal, because I wanted to make the industrial forge to get the egg incubator as well. There's a lot of stuff I had to do. Oh, look, day 52. I have a bunch of crystal. Whoa. Anyways, things are looking up now that I have an industrial forge and an egg incubator to hatch my megalo. I also found a 144 megalo. Best megalo ever seen in the history of the Blue Zone. I started taming it right away. I could get an even better megalo army going. I spent day 53 leveling up my new megalo magno, yo. Oh, yeah. Because the Nameless died to a Reaper Queen, so I had to get a new Shinehorn named Bright. Gee, don't you just love it when Arthros break everything that you worked for? All of that hazard gear? Yeah, as you can kind of see, I built like a small greenhouse that I would never use again. I mean, I tried to build the irrigation for it, but look how far away Paran is, my Paraceratherium. No way in hell I was doing that. Rest of the day, 4 more megalos to raise. Day 55, I crafted a scuba tank, so that I could go into the hidden grotto and get my first artifact, finally. Anyways, I descended down with my current most powerful megalo, Magio. Once I got in the caves, I realized I knew nothing about the layout, and I wanted to do it all natty. So, no YouTube guide. But it was really confusing, because I'd never been in this cave before. This is my first Aberration playthrough. All I knew was there are 2 underwater tunnels I had to go through. Didn't know where, just knew I had to go through those to get the artifact. So I went through the first one, not realizing the second one was like right there, and I didn't find the second one for a while. So that's fun. I did eventually find it halfway through the day. And then pretty soon after, I got the Artifact of the Shadows. That's my first of 3. Took me 10 minutes to find my way out, but I at least found my way out. Anyways, I've been stockpiling on the Megalo eggs. I've got around 3 more. My plan for the boss fight is 1 Rock Drake, 1 Light Pet, 5 Reapers, and 13 Megalos, so I need quite a few. So I got fiber for the Megalos just because there's no fiber in the Blue Zone. I only get scraps compared to what I can get from a bunch of bushes in the Green Zone. So the Megalo saddle blueprint I have gives them around 70 armor, and it's cheaper than the Rex saddles on Crystal Isles, so it's automatically better. I went on the new way I metal run in day 57, and it's really easy, because I'm next to the surface entrance. Surface rocks are all metal rocks. Blue Zone rocks are almost all metal rocks. So it's a cluster of metal rocks all together that I can just mine. Then, because I have the upgrade station, that's why I made the Megalo Saddle blueprint, I started upgrading a shotgun to Mastercraft, which hopefully I have the resources for after that metal run, which gave me enough metal to upgrade it. But bullets require spark powder, which requires stone, so I harvested a little of my Dodicarus. Yeah, I've been slowly getting some of my Spinos back, just because it's nice to have them around. Day 58, I entered the old railway cave to get the Artifact of the Depths. But I forgot to bring a Megalo this time to solo the cave, so I just went in, shotgun Rock Drake, that's it. It wasn't long before I found the artifact spawn. I just had to wait for it to spawn. Later that day, I descended down into the Grave of the Lost to get some black pearls, because I wanted to make a mining drill. But I wanted to upgrade it to ramshackle, so out gathering crystal I am. At the very end of day 58, I descended into the red zone to find the last cave, the elemental vault. So this cave could be really hard, but if you have a rock drake, it's really not hard. So I went to the coordinates of the artifact, but then I realized it wasn't there, so I thought, oh, did I do it too soon? I didn't. What happened was the artifact is in upper level, and I didn't realize that. So now I have the artifact of the Stalker and all 3 aberration artifacts, and I put them on display. Yesterday 59 was kind of boring. I was just leveling up megalos. I mean, I guess I also tamed an angler because I wanted silica pearls. Day 60 and I got another megalo level up, so more of that. Oh yeah, and look at this. There's this 168 Reaper Queen that's in the walls. They're in the goddamn walls, man. Anyways, I found a 156 in a relatively secluded area, so I took out my megalo and started to get its health down. And then I got the Reaper offspring. End of day 60 and my child is born. I had Reaper pheromone glands, so then it wouldn't attack me. Oh, they grow up so fast. Look, end of day 61, and he's already fully grown. Now thinking about it, my character is technically the biological father of this thing. So I named him Brackley, and now I gotta level him up. Day 62, I went into the Grave of the Lost to find another rock drake egg. Because, well, a rock drake egg, I want a new rock drake for the boss fight, so that's more suited for combat. Which, I found this 222 egg. Level 222 rock drake. That is a great level that I'm going to use. Then, the rock drakes couldn't get me, as my rock drake had full control of his walking up the wall edge. So, day 63, I was racing Rockles. Very end of day 63, and he's fully raised up, and now I have a goal for him, 25k health, 2k stamina, rest of no damage. Day 64, I was mostly just leveling Rockles up. But now, here's a moment that everyone, actually, probably everyone has been waiting for. So later this day, I now have a new computer. So, if you weren't looking at the footage before, because you couldn't tolerate the lag, you can now look at it and tolerate the lag, starting in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Look at this new footage. It is so good. It's so much better than the old footage, and that is an undeniable fact. So I leveled up Brackley a little more, and I went on Metal Run, which got deleted because my game crashed. Later that day, I was back in the halls of the Reaper, trying to find another Reaper Queen. I got 2 more years to go. I fumbled the 120 Reaper Queen, so to take my mind off of that, I just aimed a Featherlight. Later, day 65, I went to the portal to try to find Basilisk Kill. And to try to find an Alpha Basilisk, which are definitely real. They're not. So now day 65 and I'm raising a bunch of megalos, so yeah. Day 66, the megalos finished raising, so I named them. A little bit later, and I'm back looking for Reapers. If that doesn't show how powerful my Megalo is, I don't know what will. He just soloed 2 Reaper Queens. Oh yeah, I found no high-level Reapers, so now I'm back hunting Basilisks. So, I'm going to fight Rockwell earlier than day 100, I think this is known, because it's Aberration within 100 days, so, you know, one of these days, I will go and beat Rockwell. Oh yeah, I wanted to tame Basilisk, which you can only do with Rock Drake eggs, so I did something I wanted to do for a while, but couldn't because my computer's lagging. I mean, that was a pretty cool drop down into the Grave of the Lost, wouldn't you say? Back at base with 4 eggs, day 67. For fun, I also just lured a Reaper down in and out of the surface. Hey, guess what? Still searching for an Alpha Basilisk, because I wanted to do Alpha Rockwell. Guess what? There was no Alpha Basilisk. There was no Alpha Basilisk. I mean, I found this 108 Basilisk, and thought, well, I got the 4 Drake eggs, I'll tame him. Only took 2 eggs. Day 68, still searching for another Reaper Queen. I still need 2 more. Hey, guess what's in the walls? A 162 Reaper Queen. Gee, if only it was in a normal area where I could actually get it. I finally found this 138 Reaper Queen out in the open that I can finally get. I fumbled the 138 and then saw this 156 that was also in the goddamn walls. I don't get why every high-level Reaper Queen has to be in the walls now. Hey look, a 156 that's actually out in the open. Great, first time for everything. And then I fumbled the 156 too. I mean, my roster took a beating, so I guess I saved it, but man, I can't believe that. So to keep my mind off the fact that all that happened, I leveled up my Megalo. On everybody's most favoriteest day, more Megalo leveling up. I was a little bit AFK most of the rest of the day. And to top the day off, more Megalo leveling. I gotta get this out of the way for Rockwell. Day 70, I harvested fiber to make the rest of the Megalo saddles. You know how this goes? Even more Megalo leveling. I also gathered some crystal and blue gems. Day 71, I am looking for more Reapers. Look, there's a 156 in my walls. Again. Hey look, a 168 in the walls again. I finally managed to find a 150 out in the open that I can actually get. Alright, I'm having another Reaper, this time in 4K. Day 72, you know, just raising the Reaper, waiting for infinite timers. Alright, the Reaper King's raised now. I named him Stomply, because all he was doing that entire time was stomping around the box he was in. Alright, I'm leveling him up now. That's crazy. And so, day 72, I have 4 Reapers. 1 more to go. Day 73, searching for more Reaper Queens. Oh yeah, even the 144s are on the walls now. I don't know what's happening. And then I realized, oh wait, my Featherlight died. Maybe I should tame another one. Okay, good news. There is another 144 that wasn't in the walls, and now I'm trying to get it. So that was stressful because it went through 2 of my shields. And I almost died. We have a 5th Reaper. I have the last Reaper. Finally, this took forever. So, he got his imprint, and now I just gotta level him up. So now he's getting leveled up, and I'm gonna say the stats of my Reapers. So, 50k health on all of them, and then rest into damage. Each of them do around 1000 damage. So, day 74, now I have all 5 Reapers, most of the Megalos are leveled, and Rockwell's is doing well. So, I don't got much to do. So, I went into the old railway, because my other Featherlight died as well, so I went over there to get a Glowtail. Day 75, I got the Glowtail, his name is Gexer. Later, day 75, I decided I was gonna go gather up all the old Spinos, so I went out and looked for them. And really, not that long later, like 5 minutes, I have all the Spino. Day 75, another metal run, because I needed to build a set of flak for the Rockwell boss fight. Day 75, later, I have a full set of Mastercraft flak. Day 75 still, and I wanted more from Rockwell's. I want him to survive more, so he's getting a better saddle. And the flak is now ascendant. And day 75, something weird happened. There was a gotcha clause on my map. I thought, that's weird. This is Ark Survival Evolved, and it's support for events. So the Christmas event might have just randomly activated, which I don't mind. It's an event, free cheapies, I don't gotta spawn them in now. Which actually I forgot to mention, like really earlier, I spawned in a chibi Reaper. Like when I saw the alpha card for the first time. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Day 76, now I really know it's the Christmas event because Raptor Claws arrived. I crafted a few more shotgun shells on day 76 as well. Day 76, I gave up on doing Alpha Rockwell and just got a Basilisk scale. So, because I wanted to get Rocket's better saddle, I had to go gather some red gems, which proved to be kind of hard because frequently. Then, using my flak armor, I soloed this rock drake. Day 77, I tried to go onto the surface to look for Raptor Claws, couldn't find them. So, the Reaper Queen proved to be a problem when I needed more red gems because it was still camping the area I was getting them. This was also a pretty big AFK day for me. I was making mac and cheese, like homemade mac and cheese. It was great, but I was AFK all at day 77. And then I remembered I had the game on paused after I was done eating, so I went and waited to go up onto the surface. Went up here, some Nameless attacked me, which I thought, that's weird, because I have Nameless disabled in my game files. So the Nameless are up here. Now that is how I was planning on getting Nameless Venom, but then I figured Nameless Venom's terrible to grind. I was there forever trying to get any Venom, and I couldn't get any. So, yeah, Beta Rockwell's off the table now. Now, day 78, I'm rerunning the artifacts. Now, enjoy the montage. So I got all the artifacts, but there's still more to do. So now I'm ready to fight Rockwell. Here we go. And so, with Aberration defeated, my next destination, Fjordur.